It's another Sunday. And I've got a hangover. Again. It's becoming a bit of a habit, this, Richard. Well, at least it's not a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or a Friday. No, it's a Sunday. I'm allowed on a bank holiday weekend. And here I am, at work, on Bob. Enjoy the video. Well, that looks a bit different, doesn't it? So this is the extra long carpet section that I bought from Nationwide Trim. Loosely kind of hung into place, but I don't think it's actually going to come out again. I've put some spray adhesive just along, a couple of patches along each side, really just to hold it tight. It's not, let's open this up. It's not going to touch anything, no. It's not hugging the transmission tunnel, because as you've seen already, it's quite a complex shape, this transmission tunnel. And originally there would have been kind of some fairly heavy duty moulded kind of in there, and on the other side as well. Well, I haven't got that, but what I have done is dynamated the whole thing. You see dynamat all over the place. Made up plates for the top here, nice and tight. I'll tell you what, the other thing I noticed, how solid the roof sounds with dynamite on the inside. Impressive stuff, huh? Right, job today is to get this window sorted out. Well, there's two jobs actually. I'm not going to say it. The choke control is fiendishly heavy for some reason. I'm going to establish why. And then I want to do this door. And then I'm taking my wife to the airport. She's off to Croatia for a week. She's desperate to go and get a bit of sunshine, because August here has been not very nice. Really hasn't. It's not very nice at all. So yeah, carpet I'm really pleased with. Rest you there, plastic chair, that's good. And then I faffed around putting the carpet in the back here. So again, all this is dynamated. Underneath here, underneath the carpet. This is all the carpet that came from my dad's car, from Project Diana. That Rob has bought from my dad. New piece in the middle there, footwells, rear footwells, blah blah blah, all that's kind of replacement. And then I've got wheel arches, but then I ran out of dynamite. I've run out of dynamite for the wheel arches, which I need to get sorted out. I'm trying to now, because I just seem to spend, and this is a good tip, my top tip for the go, when you seem to spend an alarming amount of time just walking around the workshop looking for things, you knew it's there. Well, I've literally just put it down 2 seconds before and it has now disappeared completely. Yeah, you know what I'm rambling on about, don't you? It happens all the time. So normally when it comes to doing a job, I put all the tools back. You see, I put all my screwdrivers back in the box over there. Well, not on the box over there. But when I find parts that need to go onto this car, and this car is getting closer and closer and closer to being completed, I'm just lobbing everything now in the boot. Yes. Yesy, yesy, yes, yes face. And then I was carving up quite late, heavy duty sound insulation, carving that all up yesterday. That's where I started. Yesterday early evening, I started on that. I was fixing my son's bicycle. That was quite nice actually. And I went out last night with some friends. And the missus, she said, I was acting like an idiot apparently. I don't know. I can't believe it myself. Right, let's get on with this. I'm going to roll this car back a little bit. Let's do the door first. Right. Dory McDoor face. Now, switch the fucking camera around. Right then, Dory McDoor face. The problem I've got, everything on the door is fine apart from the window regulator. The window, I know this is a cheap nasty window regulator. I really didn't want to break one of the nice ones that I bought, and they come from an MGB. There you go, almost exactly the same as the Range Rover ones. Top tip. So it does move, but I think if I was sitting in the car, oops, the tripod is not behaving. If I was sitting in the car, oh, can I get in here? I can. Then it is quite a lot of effort to wind that up. It's too tight. Now, why is it too tight? It's a $64 million question. So, what I've done already is I've percussed this edge on this frame that way. I've not done anything with this edge yet. The main reason for that is it's already quite close to the B post when it goes in. I can take it back a little bit, but not much. And at the moment, when the door closes, you can see the gap is slightly wider at the top than it is at the bottom. We're only talking about 1 millimetre. So I can bring the door frame down a tiny bit, but it's not going to help. Nice triplex toughened glass there, look at that. 1972 or 82. Oops, trapped. Now, let me go through and get the regulator off. And I'll show you through the thought process that I was thinking about just the other day. Right, now what can you see? So what I'll do is I'll start with the window regulator here. I'm going to put the camera there so you can actually see what's going on, but you're not going to get in my way. Now, first thing we really need to do is to bring the glass right the way down to the bottom for now. There it is, all the way down. And then we're going to take off these 4 fixings, take off all 4 fixings. As you can see, I've got a brand new regulator in there as well, because I was rather hoping that that was going to fix the problem, but it didn't. Oh dear me. Again, I put big washers behind this. There weren't originally big washers behind here. There you go, history lesson for you. But it was starting to distort the metal. The amount of effort that I was needing to bring the window up and down was crazy. I can't finish this door because I've run out of dynamite, because I put all the dynamite everywhere else and I haven't got any dynamite to do the door with, and I want the door to be as nice and as clunky as the driver's door. Right, this one here. This is ever so easy how to get the glass disengaged from these things. It really is. Getting the regulator out is a bigger issue, but I don't want to get the regulator out. I want to see if the regulator works. Right, there's the regulator, free from the door shell. Now what I do is I want the regulator to go inside the door and up. So, winding this one this way round, and it should then pull off down here. Sorry, I don't know if you saw that. Down here, as I move the regulator around, you see that it's come off the channel there. And this is the bend on the channel that I was mentioning just now. So I think first and foremost, I'm going to see if the glass goes up easily inside the door. I've got some masking tape here so I can tape the glass up. So, well, yes, it does. So it's not the glass, it's not the window channels, which is great news. It doesn't actually drop down by itself though. It probably could be a bit looser, but then I've got new felts in the door. So position the glass right up, bit of masking tape over the top. Up here, Richard, stay with me. I've done my key Floyd check. There you go. Just a little bit of masking tape over the top there just to hold the glass in the up position. Now, right, so we've seen the regulator really not causing me a problem here at all, and nor is the glass. So it's got to be that channel now on the bottom of the glass for now. And again, I don't know why I said for now then. Fucking hell, Richard. You've got to get it down, boy. Right. Tape can come off. Glass is going down with one finger on it. Now, I think what I probably need to do here is get a spare regulator and see if the spare regulator goes up and down this channel here. And then I'm going to see what has actually happened to that. You can't get these channels anymore. So what I have been doing is getting the later channel, cutting or drilling the spot welds of this bit off and then welding them onto the later channel. But you see the channel itself is actually in fairly good order. This bit down here, however, is less so. a pain in the ass. So we need to get this regulator out of the way now. I'm not going to take it out because it won't come out easily. In order to take the regulator out, realistically, you need to take the door glass out. But as you've seen, that's only 4 bolts, so 2 bolts, 2 at the bottom of each of these, 3 at the top, and that one. And really, all I want to do is to see these are look to be used old. They're both on the same side as well. Both look to be. That one must be new. Yeah, I think that's a new style one. So it's got these round rivets that hold it together. It's been peened over, whereas the old one you see is riveted in. Right, enough of that bollocks. Let's get on with. I'll tell you what, it's not the smoothest action known to mankind. How are we going to fix this? We're going to have a slurp of coffee first of all. Oh, that's better. Now the fact that the window can be, see, that's still quite tight there. I am wondering, because the driver's side window you could do with a finger, and I can't do this with a finger. So maybe I have got a little bit of a problem here with the glass in the channel. I'm going to straighten this out though with a pair of pliers. Let me go and do that first. One job at a time, Richard. Don't get distracted. Right, now, I think with this, it is just going to be a case of it is actually bent all the way along. Like it's been dropped. Just trying to open the channel out a little bit, just by walking it along here, because I don't want to snap it off, because it is only spot welded onto the upright. This is a classic example here of Richard doing stuff, attention to detail, spending half a fucking day getting a door to start working. Let's see how that goes in there now. Right, just there, it's tight. The rest of it is now very, very, very easy. So next, let me, this piece here I think is going to need a chisel just to bang it downwards, because there's a dent there. I don't think I've got coffee. There'll be lots of editing on this video, Richard. You guys looking at my arse past the fucking camera. Woohoo! Right, what are we looking at? We're looking at the door. Right, so we'll start with a pry bar. We'll just see if we can push that piece of metal down. Well, it has moved it. Hasn't moved it enough though. It's better. Lift this up. Really, I want something underneath that before I bash it down. That'll do there. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. That doesn't look too bad. Let me just push this up a wee bit. See now if I can stretch this down. fair bit better, but it's not perfect. The problem is, I think that the channel has got squashed. The channel gets narrowed there. I'm wondering if actually I go in with a flap disc and just take that edge off there. It might be the easiest way of doing it, otherwise I'm risking. I'll try and file first, couldn't I? Because it's really not far. It's not smooth on that edge. I mean, to do it properly, I guess I'd need to take the glass off. That ain't happening. Where's the files? Right, see if we can file this slightly. A fair amount of noise to edit out here, Richard. Might actually end up being a Dremel here, I think. That's in really close. That's going to be really close. What I'm doing here, you can see that piece there, that this edge here has pushed in right there, and it's made the channel slightly fatter than it should be. Now while I've got it all apart, I might as well give it a go, eh? I think the file's going to be too long. I think we're going to have to end up going in with the grinder. Let me do that, and then I'm going to come back to you when it's done. Yeah? Right, that's done that. Literally just put the back side of a cutting disc down there and used it just to... I had to get some more sparks, but yeah, the sparks all went over here somewhere. There's a couple on the bottom edge down there. Clean it all out afterwards. Literally just did that and it tidied it all up. Now, the channel goes in nicely and past it, alright? So let's put this regulator... Camera's in the way of the chair, chair's in the way of the camera. Let's put the regulator back on. Now, when you put the regulator back on, it's kind of more or less a reverse of the disassembly process in that. Okay. You have to wind the regulator at the same time as you are manipulating it into the channel. And then, can you see any of that? You can sort of see it. Oh, Richard. And then put a couple of the screws in. Honest gravity. Just adjust the regulator until the screw holes all line up. Obviously don't do any of them up tight until you have got all of them in. Still far too tight. Still far but at least now it's a consistent tightness all the way. I've already sprayed a gallon of silicone down the felt channels. I'm fairly confident it's not the felt channels. It's silicone, absolutely full of silicone. I'm fairly confident it's not the felt channels because when the door glass is out of the car, the glass kind of like, you know, it moves up and down the frame with one finger. So the next thing I probably need to do now is to work with these two adjusting plates down here. Oh, what I'll do is slacken off this one, and I want to push this arm that way if I possibly can. It's the bolt's going to allow it to move that way. Holy crap, holy. Hours and hours and hours of fun. Yes, it is. Right, so there's more than enough movement. Just checking the hole was big enough to allow the movement on this, because I think actually the frame probably only needs to move about 1 millimetre. Failing this, the frame is going to come out again, and I'm actually going to be quite aggressive on taking an edge off up there, or maybe a little bit off the washer at the back. It's easier going down, it's still not as easy as the driver's side. I'm not bending the cheap plastic lever as much as I was to get it up. Now it's stuck. Why have you stuck there? I think we're going to take the channel out again. It is better. At least it's consistent. Oh, that first one there was really easy. And just to prove the point here. So the frame is now free off the door. That's how loose you want the glass to be. It's not when the door's in the car. So I'm going to have to next. You see it pulls by itself. Look, that's how I want it to be. So I'm going to have to find a way that this frame goes into this door, but doesn't impede the progress of the glass downwards. I need to get these bolts out here for this reinforcing plate. So this is kind of the crash, I don't know, crash protection, whatever it is, anti-rattle plate thing. I'll get that off, because I'm going to work away from the car when I grind this thing. Okay, right, the frame came out. I ground off the front and the trailing edges. The door's now back, just dropped the frame in. There's no regulator or anything at the moment. I want to see if the glass drops by itself. Which it does. Does it go up with one finger? It does. So I think now I have fixed the problem with the tight channel. As you see, the door already closed as well. So now I need to take the frame out again, because I need to put a lick of paint on it where I've kind of done all the grinding and stuff. I don't want this thing rusting. That would be a bit silly, wouldn't it? So let's take him out, clean him up, quick bish bosh of paint, and there we go. That was it, just one screw holding that in. Right, let's pop it over here. You can look at my crutch or something. I don't know what it's now. Oh, bastard thing. Right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is work out. I'll get this fucking tripod out of the way. Which of these regulators is going to be the best suited? Because I'm not convinced that the latest one, the newest one, is the loosest. I'll sort that out. So I'll get the freest moving of all of my components back in the car. Yes, and then we can say, tick off the bastard passenger door window regulator. It didn't quite get to spanner throwing, but it wasn't far off it. And I tell you what, when you start risking chucking spanners around, best thing to do is to stop. It is, honestly. You start chucking spanners, and what actually happens is you release all of that aggression. The second the spanner hits the ground, yes! And then the spanner rebounds off the ground and sails up into the air, and you're like holding your breath thinking, where's it going to land, where's it going to land, where's it going to land, where's it going to land? It's never a good, it will never ever land where you don't want it to. Well, sorry, it will always land where you don't want it to. Generally on freshly painted metal or... I gave up spanner chucking 15 years ago or so. I grew out of it. Yes. Right. Get this door finished. What? What? Pardon? It's raining. It goes up a lot easier. It's still, you know, tough, but it goes up. Oh. I like it when it goes up and down. Right, enough of this fucking door. I've had enough of it. Right, so that's done that. And it's just a mixture of, like you've seen, sorting the window channel out, sorting the regulator out, sorting the channel out, the runner on the bottom of the car. So that's done that. Bloody hell, it's Friday. I don't know what's happened to the week. Yes indeed. Right, the headlamp surrounds, they're off because I was going to go for an MOT this morning, and I wanted them to adjust the headlights. You can't adjust them with the bezels on, so I took them off. What I hadn't catered for was the fact that I got the time wrong for the MOT. What a tool. I really kind of need to get myself organised, don't I? Anyway, finally fitted out the passenger door. Trim is all in. Haven't done the footwell yet, but you can see all the carpet is in on the footwell and at the back here. Looking good, huh? Gear knobs on. Sherpa LT77 5-speed. The only thing you don't have to do is you don't have to lift it, you just shove it. Driver's door, which you've already seen. Passenger door now does exactly the same thing. Look. Fuck's sake. There we are. Yes, I've been over and polished this side. There's still just a very, very, very slight run in the paint there, which I'm going to polish out tomorrow. But the rest of the paintwork on this side is largely there now. I just need to wipe some of this polish off. It needs an actual polish on it, rather than me just rubbing it around. But yes, paintwork I'm happy with. Tailgate, I've got the tailgate lined up. But it's not perfect, I'll be honest. But it opens, and with one hand it closes. See? Adjusted the rear wing on this side. It went up quite a long way. I probably still need to do something with this gap here, maybe bring this down a tiny bit, but it's what they look like. This wing could probably come up another millimetre or so. Fix the number plate into place using some Velcro. Short-term fix. I was going to use some metal poppers, but I only got half the popper. Oh, 10% battery remaining. Oh, that's good. Right, let's go for a whiz around the block then. And I'm going to pack up and go and have a gin. Oh, bit of a tight squeeze there. No carpet on the driver's side yet. I just haven't had time. I've not put all the glove box in yet because I've still got to finish off the electrics, and things like cables hanging through ceiling is not helping. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Palomino ones. Sit up there and look at me. Choke out. too rich, that. Oh, wakey wakey. It's not running right. Massive misfire, which means one of the fucking plugs has come off.